And, of course, I want to have a nice, fair, happy match for everybody. So, if I know I programmed this game myself, it is not perfect and bug-free. If by chance something happens and you feel like you were cheated out of a match, you can certainly request a do-over. And if your opponent agrees, then that is a thing that we can do. Okay, so Tofu's gem. Tofu's gem is relatively easy to get rid of. It's kind of a mix, a well-balanced gem. It's relatively easy to get rid of, but also stalls relatively well. You get rid of it by squishing it. Because tofu is soft. That's how it works. You do that by putting a number of normal blocks on top of it, which, once you have, I believe, 3, it will squish them down. And the win goes to SomeGuy, who started out playing quite high. Oh, I have my cursor on the screen. Okay, we're all back in, and that's 1 win for SomeGuy. Whim, by the way. Whim, by the way, I said is the #1 seed. His seed was, I believe, more than 1,100. Absolutely ridiculously high seed. I didn't even know it was possible to get that high. I'm not sure even the extra mode AI can get that high. I forget the exact seed. If clicking away doesn't crash the game. It was nearly 1,100. The seed that he submitted was 1,077. Though I think later on, he did message me that he had achieved 1,100. The pillarmen of this game. Yes, Whim had a seed of more than 1,000, and SomeGuy had a seed of more than 800, nearly 900. Almost every other seed in the game was around, like, 200 to 500. So absolutely absurdly high seeds. My own best, by the way, is like 300. All right, SomeGuy and Whim going for another mirror match. I believe the seed is now 200. Oh, Naka is also problems. Yes, the quota is 200, not the seed. All these matches are randomly seeded. That's how this works. Both players are given the same seed, which means they will always have gems generated in the same order. Whim, you are not Naka. You got changed to Tofu just a second ago. Yeah, leaving the room just to make sure. If need be, we can always restart the room. That's a good way to clean the slate. So the Naka's attack gem, when thrown, immediately destroys all gems in the 2 columns next to that gem. Or next to where you threw it. This is not infinitely high, so if you throw it very high, it will only destroy the top, I forget how many gems. 5 or so? I believe with the case of Naka's gem, you can stack them and throw them, and it will effectively negate all of the gems that are above the bottom one. Relatively good idea, relatively easy thing to do is to keep one very high stack, so you can throw, or throw against the edge of the playing field, so one of the attacks is completely off-field. And that's another win for SomeGuy. Have my cursor on the field again. Top out. You can top out in this game, though I did not, unlike most competitive puzzle games like this, I did not intend for that to be your goal. Though it is still possible, if you either aren't moving fast enough or not paying attention. Okay, I haven't had much opportunity to comment on the actual matches, since I've been commenting on the actual attack gems each one uses. Bomberman. A meat bun mirror match, then. Or Whim, maybe wanting to go with a... go with a more favored character to stay in the game. Morgana's gem, having to make a match next to it in order to clear the attack gems, which then turns them into normal gems. Morgana's gems actually works the most like a traditional... Words fail me sometimes. Works the most like a traditional attack gem in this kind of game. The kind of thing that you would simply send a mountain of over to your opponent. Whim pulling a relatively early lead. See if he can keep it up. Keeping the garbage clean. SomeGuy still has some laying on the field. Either he's avoiding it and hoping to get some damage in, or hoping to get rid of it all at once. Though it's starting to fill the field. Ah, there we go. Back to regular gems. Which then filled the field for SomeGuy, giving him the opportunity to do a lot of matches with regular gems to clear the field out. Whim's still relatively clean and getting close. And that is Whim, still in the game. Clearing all of Morgana's gems at once, as long as their existence doesn't slow you down too much, is actually a pretty good idea, as that will reduce the number of points that go to your opponent, I think. And could leave you with a lot of regular gems, and if you're good at matching the regular gems and clearing them out quickly, that'll give you a chance to send a lot to your opponent in response to their attack. So 3 matches in, Whim still in the game. An ogre mirror match, perhaps? That is... So, a mirror match for ogre. I believe the quota will be 300 this time, if they're increasing by 50 each time. Ogre's attack gem is... It functions much like a normal gem, but a normal gem that changes its color periodically. So, in order to clear it, you have to clear it like you would clear a normal gem. By making a total of 3 matches with an appropriate color. So if Ogre's gem is yellow, then you do need to match it with at least 2 other yellows in order to get rid of it. I believe Ogre's gem can match with itself, however, there has to be at least... I forget if there can be 1 or 2... I forget if there has to be 1 or 2 normal gems. At least 1 real gem. Okay. It's been a while. I know I made the game, but it's been a while. It is also 2 colors simultaneously, which makes it a little bit easier to time. Personally, I'm very bad at dealing with Ogre's gem. I kind of let them pile up, and then I grab the match for it, and then I just watch and wait for it to be the appropriate color. Ogre's gems can be cleared out quite quickly if you're aware of his gem's color, kind of in the background, and can respond quickly to it. So you can just continue making your own matches, and when it happens to be red and you happen to have a red in you, just real quick clear them out. I am very bad at that. I hope both of you can hold out. This isn't even the end. Both of you still have matches to go after this. This is the finals of the winner's bracket, but it is not the finals overall. This is probably closer to the semi-finals overall. And the loser, of course, still has a chance to come back. $350 does get to be quite a high quota. Oh, also I had been working on Chocobo's witch hat for the past couple days. I was trying to hurry to get it done for this stream. Alright, and we're off! With a quota of 300. Going above 300 does get to be kind of rough. So that's understandable. Oh. Did some guy just top out? I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe we should do that match over again. I'm willing to bet Ogre's garbage fell down, putting it to the very top, and then some guy advanced gems once. I'm willing to bet that's what happened. I will leave this up to you two, to some guy in Whim. If you want to hold that as a redo, we can absolutely do that. Yeah, it was a top-out. However, it was almost the very first thing that happened in the match. Like, I don't know if I would call that a match, per se, which is why I'm offering. Kind of the... Hey, I was advancing gems right at the very beginning and accidentally held the button down one too long because my nerves are going. Bad. But as long as the both of them are okay with it. And Whim gave his okay. It was technically still a legitimate win, so if Whim was not okay with that, then the win would still go to Whim. Yeah, and this can be very nerve-wracking. I remember when I was playing Magical Drop 5, when I was playing that either on stream or for videos or what have you. I remember when I was playing that, my nerves would go over the course of it. And by the end, I'd be shaking so much that it would be very difficult for me to... It'd be very difficult for me to continue playing. I explicitly remember a moment where I had to stop and walk away and let my nerves calm down. Doesn't help any, I'm not very good at this. So let's all take a break, calm our nerves. We can't just blow through this back to back. Opponent. Honestly, I'm a little shaky myself. Even though I'm not playing. And I think it's because, A, I'm hosting, and this is my tournament, and this is an important thing, and also because I haven't eaten dinner. Has Magical Drop 6 been announced? Not that I've heard of. I made this game because I was disappointed in Magical Drop 5's netcode. Magical Drop 6 has been announced? Oh, heck yeah! Who's making it? Because I'm pretty sure the company that made 5 went under. This would be like a redemption arc for Magical Drop. Yeah, I was disappointed in Magical Drop 5's netcode, and then instead I was disappointed in Construct's netcode. Okay, while everybody's resting for a second, I'm gonna look at that. Magical Drop 6. Give me the news. Announced for Switch. Developers Highball Games and Storm Trident. So 2 different developers? And published by Forever Entertainment. That's like nobody even remotely connected to Magical Drop 5. I would absolutely love to get some insight as to what went on here. Okay, so Highball Games. Highball Games is a subsidiary of Forever Entertainment, the publisher. And Storm Trident is also a subsidiary of Forever Entertainment. So this is effectively made by Forever Entertainment. Forever Entertainment, video game publisher and developer, headquarters in Gdynia, Poland. I did not pronounce that correctly. It is known for the Panzer Dragoon remake and the House of the Dead remake. So it seems like mostly what they have done is remakes. In that regard, I suppose we can expect Magical Drop 6 to be very loyal to the originals. I don't know enough about the remakes that they've done to know if they're complete remakes, or if they're super loyal remakes, like same game, fresh coat of paint, or if it's the reimagining. Okay, we good? Break time over? If everybody is ready, we can begin. They're mainly graphical upgrades. Okay, so this may be one of their first proper games on their own. Though, in that regard, they may be just making a game that's very loyal to the original Magical Drops. I'm very sorry, Barry. I'll eat something after this round. Okay, back at it again. Whim and SomeGuy in an Ogre mirror match. Lowering the quota to 250, everyone's nerves are on edge, understandably. So Ogre's Gems used to function very similar to Morgana's Gems, where they both have to have a match made next to them in order to clear them. And I always kind of paired those two up. Morgana's Gems differentiated themselves by leaving gems in their wake once cleared. I believe that happened once I determined that Morgana's Gems actually needed a bit of a buff. Ogre's real power is his theme. Absolutely. And that is a win for Whim. So we mulliganed the previous match, which means they are now 2-2. Ignore the third win on Whim's side. Which means this last match is sudden death. Whoever wins this wins the round. Not for all the marbles. Because this is effectively the semifinals. We aren't quite done yet. Though, due to the nature of the loser's bracket, it will be a fight to beat the winner. Well, some guy, you can take a break after this. Hope to at least place second. First and second place when you have a loser's bracket, or even in regular bracketed matches, is kind of difficult to place. You could kind of say you've already placed second. Yeah, already at least third. Technically, I suppose, yes. Because the loser of this will go to the loser's bracket, where I suppose if they lose there, that would make them third place. Okay, meat bun against meat bun. Quota of 200, the standard quota. The winner of this is the winner of the round. I've been calling them rounds. So Meat Bun's gems are largely stall gems. You can speed them up, but especially when there are multiple of them, that becomes difficult to do. They stall by... you can minimize the damage that they do. But largely, they block off the columns that you can be active in. Is if someone sends, say, 4 garbage over to your opponent, that means until those bombs are detonated, you only have 3 rounds that you can be active in. And the winner is Whim. And that now means going undefeated across the winner's bracket. The winner of the winner's bracket is Whim. Thank you very much, both of you. I am going to real quick update the brackets.